Hello and welcome to the Genius Talks. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce to you someone who will join me and represent you in asking questions you're probably shy to ask about. Together, we're diving into the topics that matter most to people who want to optimize their body, especially moms, freelancers, and entrepreneurs like you. And that is Rina. Rina is a mom of two and a loving wife to Ray, who shifted from corporate to freelancing.
Hi, Coach. How are you in this Christmas season?
We're good. We just had a really great launch in the HBP. And I'm looking forward for the next year, by the way, because I have I have a new offer. And
Wow.
by the way, we just raised our prices in the VIP coaching. So that's
Oh,
also
yeah.
something that's really exciting for me because I will be
Mhm.
expanding to the international, platform, international stage.
Oh.
So yeah, new challenge, new year, new everything
Mhm.
probably, new price. So yeah, that's something
Yes.
exciting.
New income.
New income.
and and it's good to hear that you're focused on CEOs, which I personally believe that you should be doing that way back before because I've shared with
Yeah.
you earlier that my I think my CEO needs that a lot because he's been juggling like different coaches and still doesn't know what he wants to do. And I was like telling him, you tried the HBP coach, but I think that probably it's the awareness that it
Yeah.
lacks of, and they're not aware about it. And your newsletters are really engaging. It's really
Yeah,
helpful.
thank you.
I
Thank you.
like
Thank
it.
you.
And knowing that you will be focusing more on CEOs, I know that the marketing should be really more aggressive, more convincing, because it's like you'll be
Yes.
competing with other coaches or programs that are already famous, known to CEOs. Because when I
Exactly.
mentioned HBP, they do not know it. And they're just like, really? Hormone-based? I was like, yes, it's me. Look at me. So
Yeah,
those kind of things.
I think it will be more relatable to like women because women are
Mm,
they're more familiar with hormones. So when they hear the word hormone, it's like, oh, hormone. I think I need that. But when you talk to like guys, it's like, so
mm,
what hormone should I
yes.
address in my body? Because they do not know that hormone is really affecting like every one of
Mhm,
us, not just women. But yes,
mhm,
that's a good thing. I really love to be working with CEOs, like really the business owners, because they are the people who need this the most. Because number one, they they ha- they are in charge of their time, and that
mhm.
makes them actually overwork and
Yeah.
then forget about their body. So yeah,
Mhm.
the problem really starts from them being in charge of their time.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Yes. Yes. And also to add, the women, not to sound really like a bias, but more on awareness that women really juggles a lot of role. So aside
Yeah.
from being a CEO, they could be a mother, they could be a single parent, they could be a fur mom or anything else, and really, really drains their energy out. So I think this will really help. I haven't had a CEO for a female, but I think one of my coaches, the life coach, she's a female, and I think she will really benefit from this. That's why I keep on
Oh.
promoting. So let's see how it
Yeah,
will
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you. So you mentioned about that, the market and all stuff. I'm really curious because it's Christmas season and we're both busy. All of us mostly are busy having those Christmas lists and stuff. I'm just really curious, is also HBP affects our financial choices? Because, sometimes when I ask my CEO, when I say hormone, he just mentioned, oh, testosterone. So that's it. I was like, no, you have some. But it's hard to explain. I'm not the expert. So yeah, go ahead.
When it comes to like financial decisions, yes, very, very much. HBP has a lot to do with the financial decisions. So let me give you an example. This is
Hmm.
a true to life story. So I
Yes,
have
I need
this
it.
one, I have this one VIP mentee. So
Hmm.
he is a he. I think
Okay.
he's also the only guy that I mentored in my VIP coaching.
Wow.
So he is an HBP type 5, basically a nurturer. So
Mm.
he came to me one time, like we're already done with the program. And one
Mm-hmm.
time he came to me, he was in my DM, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
hey coach, I have a question. I'm like, yes, what is that? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
I have this amount of money. So he's got this 600 USD money in his
Mm-hmm.
savings, but it's not the only savings that he had
Mm-hmm.
during that time. He's like, I have this amount ready to spend. And he's
Yeah.
like, I have been going to this one mall in our city, and like every weekend I would pass through this watch store,
Mm-hmm.
the watch store, like the wristwatch store.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I would pass through that and really look at that one wristwatch that I so
Oh.
love to buy, and it's worth 600 USD. And it's like,
Oh.
and now I'm ready to buy it, coach. And like I'm ready to buy it now, but
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that I have to ask you
Mm.
if I should buy it. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
won't decide for you. You know, I won't decide for you. And it's like, yeah, but I really want to know if it's worth buying. I'm like, it
Mm.
really depends on the perception. Number one, if you will ask
Mm-hmm.
me from my own
Mm-hmm.
perception, I would say it's not, because
Yes.
it it depends on the
Your
experience of the
value.
person, like
Yeah.
the way that I value things, and I
Mm.
don't value wristwatch that much. So for me,
Yes.
it's not worth it. But
It's
okay, let me
subjective.
ask you some questions. Yeah. So I
Mm-hmm.
asked him some questions. I'm like, okay, so why are you buying that? Why do you think you want to buy that? And so I just probed, like it was a coaching on its own. And then eventually something ticked in my brain, like oh, do you remember that type 5 people usually your motivation, because I've been thinking of motivation, like he
Mm-hmm.
was
Yes.
telling me
Yes.
a lot of things when I was
Mm-hmm.
asking him. He was telling me a lot of reasons why he want to buy the watch, but I was not getting the root cause.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to go beyond what he was
Yes.
telling me, because sometimes we say things that are not really the root cause of everything.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, I remember something. Did you know that type 5 people, your motivation is actually external? So when you're a type
Mm.
5, most of your motivations are external motivations, meaning you want to buy that watch
Mm-hmm.
despite it being pricey. You want to buy it
Mm-hmm.
because you have an external motivation. What do you think is that?
Mm.
And when I asked him that, he was like, "Oh my fucking god, I know why." And he didn't mention the reason.
Why?
When I asked, like the earlier when I asked him what the reason
Mm.
was, he didn't mention that. But when I told it back to him that his motivation as a type 5 is external, that's where it made sense to him that, oh my fucking god, yeah, I think my motivation is that I really want to look good. I fucking agree. It's external motivation. Oh no, no, hell fucking no. I don't want to buy that watch anymore. Our HBP
Yes.
type has a lot to do with our decision making. That is also the
Mm.
reason why, even in our coaching, in the VIP coaching, we we actually focus more on helping you make better
Yes. Agree.
decisions and
Agree.
faster, right? So it doesn't exclude financial decisions.
Yes, definitely. It's a touchy subject, actually.
Exactly. So when it comes to financial decisions, you just really have to know yourself better. Why you
Mm.
are spending money, why you are
Mm-hmm.
saving money, like why you are trying to get more income. So, like, really, a lot of things about finances. Your HBP type has a lot to do with it. But of
Yes.
course, not just about your HBP type, but a lot to do with your true self, like the
Mm.
scientific you. So,
Mm-hmm.
since you will know a lot of this inside the VIP coaching, because again, you will know your motivations, you will know how your brain works, right? You know your lifestyle priorities.
Mm.
So,
Definitely.
looking at a type 5, the lifestyle priorities of a type 5, like the number one priority is social. So,
Mm-hmm.
I can already tell you that a type 5 will willingly spend money on something that
Mm.
will make the type 5 feel that they are nurturing the people
Yes.
that they are buying
Around.
the thing for, right? So type 5 people, like, I can say 80 to 90% of their financial decisions have something to do
Mm.
with their prolactin.
But yeah, looking at the way she decided, the person decided, and the awareness that they reach out to you, that I think,
Mm-hmm.
coach, I think I need my coach's help before I buy this. But without the HBP, probably they already bought it already, and
Yeah.
suffer the consequences later on.
And I would say it actually saved him. You know why? Because a few months later, he didn't buy the watch, right? So he
Mhm.
saved his
Yes.
600 USD. A few months
Yes.
later, actually something happened that because he is a freelancer and something happened that he lost his clients. So imagine if
Yeah.
he spent that
Devastating. Oh
600
my
USD,
gosh. Mm-mm.
right?
Heartbreaking.
So it saved him.
In terms of emotional spending, I'm talking to myself, hi self, and I know it's direct. I believe it's somehow related to HBP. So can you tell me more about it? Because it's different from type 5 and my HBP type. How
Mm-hmm.
does it affect the emotional spending? Because what you earlier mentioned, it was related to social. How about based on
Mm-hmm.
emotions? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's actually even the one that I told you about the story, like
Mm.
the story of the typhoid, but that's already emotional spending. That
Oh,
was already
okay.
emotional spending. Like he was wanting that watch because he wanted to look
Feel,
valuable. He
yes,
wanted to
included
feel. Yes, exactly. He wanted to
in society.
belong.
Like peer
So
pressure.
exactly. And I will just mention this one thing that I've learned from
Mm.
somebody else. This guy he is a financial advisor actually, but he's
Ooh.
also like trying to educate in terms of finances, which I really
Mm-hmm.
appreciate. So one time I attended his one of his like financial talks in Cebu. He was like, every want is actually a need. Even without him explaining it, I kind of understood it already why he said that. Because, okay, here's the thing. Okay, let's say you want a standing desk. You want,
Oh, that's me.
like,
Okay,
literally, you have all the tables in the house. You can use any table in the house. But
I got
here
it.
you are wanting a
Mm-hmm.
standing desk that is
Mm-hmm.
not necessary at the moment, right?
Yeah.
But basically, that want actually comes from something that you need. Like, what is
Mm-hmm.
it that you need that backs up
Mm.
that want? At
Yeah.
the moment, like, how we have our own definition of wants and needs,
Yes.
probably depending on is it really urgent right now? Because if it's urgent, you
Um.
will say it's a want. It's a need, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
if it is not urgent, you would say it's a want. But
Yeah.
actually, every want comes from a need. So why
Mm.
did you want that standing desk? Probably because
Okay.
you don't like sitting for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes from a need of I don't want to sit down for a long period of
Uh-huh.
time. So I
Yes.
need to stand up
Stand
while
up.
working from time to time. So it's actually not a pure one. It's actually coming from a need. So you just
Mm.
really have to know, you just really have to have that self awareness. Again, we're back to self awareness, which is
Yes.
where your HBP will come in.
Agree.
So you just have to have that self awareness to know what need is this want fulfilling.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone is trying to fulfill a need.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I
Perfectly.
found out that every really whenever you want something, it's really coming from a need. And actually, to answer your question, emotional spending,
Mm-hmm.
so when you
Mm-hmm.
say you want something, that automatically belongs to the emotional spending
Okay. Okay. Very
because
clear.
it's a want, so it's an emotional spending. You just have to find out
Yeah.
what is that need that you are trying to fulfill with that want, and if it is worth fulfilling.
Okay. I got it. I think it made me realize why I keep on buying from Grab whenever, I'm stressed out. So what I need is rest. Okay, perfectly fine. That's it. Since we've been talking about spending, how about those HPP types who are so frugal? They doesn't want to let go of money. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
well, there are extreme version of people that they just keep their, no judgment at all. They just keep
Mm-hmm.
their money inside the house, literally.
I can only generalize, and if I will pinpoint people who are like that, I belong to that type of people. So
Okay.
if we will generalize, that would be type 1, type 2, and probably type 3,
Okay.
because these are really hardworking people. I'm not saying that the other HBP
Um,
types are not hardworking,
mm-hmm.
okay? But these people are like they're more logical. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
when your logical part of the
Mm-hmm.
brain is what carries you, like every day, 24/7,
Mm-hmm.
you will really think logically and handle your finances logically. You know what I mean?
Oh, make
And if we will talk about HBP types, we know that on the HBP wheel, the 360-degree wheel, we know that the people who are more emotional are actually people at the upper portion of the wheel, and then the logical people are below the portion of the wheel. But the more exact division of that one is actually in the middle of type 3 and middle of type
mm-hmm.
6. So that's
Mm-hmm.
lower left portion will
Okay.
be the logical, and then the
Mm-hmm.
upper right portion will be the emotional. If we will analyze just
Mm-hmm.
based, like general analyzation, just based on that division, we
Mm-hmm.
already know that the most emotional spenders belong to probably type 4 and 5.
I
The
think
more that you
so.
are, yeah, the more that you are near to these two, you
Yeah.
are more emotionally spending. And the people who
Mm-hmm.
belong to the logical spenders are actually like the more frugal ones are
Oh.
those who belong to 2 and type 1, type 2 and type 1.
Mm.
Plus also, if I would add to that one, it doesn't even necessarily have to be about HPP type. Some
Mm-hmm.
people, like let's say you're an emotional person, you're a type
Yeah.
4, because these are the
Mm-hmm.
emotional people. You
Mm-hmm.
can also be frugal and be a type 4. I know a VIP mentee who is frugal and a
Oh,
type 4, because they have gone through a lot in
life
life
experiences.
that
Yes.
exactly that made them that way.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if we will talk about like just being the nature of
Yeah.
the person, the
Mm-hmm.
HBP types can be the basis of
Yeah. The baseline.
financial
Mm-hmm.
decision. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if we will talk about
Nurture.
the nurturing, the
Yeah.
nurturing, if the nurturing exceeds the nature,
Sure.
then
Yes.
any HBP type can be frugal or overspender.
Mm.
So really, it depends on the specific experience and beliefs of the person, not necessarily just about the HBP type itself.
So, just curious, and thinking out loud, is the scarcity mindset also part of that, or it's a different topic? Like it's a different mindset, and it
Oh,
doesn't affect
it's
the HBP.
the HBP doesn't have a lot to do with it. It's really more
Okay.
on the experience and
Mm.
the environment of the person. Like if you will just allow the child to grow up without people
Mm.
who have a scarcity mindset around
Yeah.
that child, the child
Mm-hmm.
will actually be a healthy spender, not
Yes.
not so frugal because of the scarcity mind. I grew up with
Mm-hmm.
a scarcity mindset, and
Same here.
I'm still trying to battle that one until now, and I'm still trying to learn to be generous.
Mm.
And it's really a lot of work, trying to change the nurturing that you have been through.
Wow. I think it's more on the people like me. I'm an emotional spender, but it's quite extreme because based on my nurture, I have the scarcity mindset coming from my parents who are very frugal, but here I am, loves to spend. So it really boils down to nature and nurture both at the same time,
Mm,
whichever will comes first or more, much more heavier than that. Wow, that
mm.
was really, really enlightening, Coach Chris. And anything else that you want to share with your audience?
I think one of the things probably that our audience will be asking is, can HBP or the VIP coaching help me
Yeah.
heal my scarcity mindset or
Mm-hmm.
cure my scarcity mindset? It does not directly does that, but
Mm-hmm.
definitely will help with that.
It can help. Yes.
Because do you remember that the number one thing that you will like naturally learn
Mm-hmm.
inside the VIP coaching is actually being gentle with yourself
Oh, yes. And the self-awareness.
and the self-awareness, exactly. And it affects everything, like literally
Mm-hmm.
everything in your life. So I remember one of the people who enrolled in the VIP coaching, like just this launch that I did. She was
Mm-hmm.
like, I actually battled this one with my husband
Mm.
because I was like, this will have an ROI. Like it's
Mm,
not a
yes,
business
yes.
coaching, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a business coaching, but she was really convincing her husband that this will have an ROI. This is worth it. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, I know that this is not a business coaching, but this is the foundation.
Yeah,
If
agree.
you will go into business, you will deal with your relationships, you will deal with your health, with your personal life. Everything actually heavily depends on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the VIP coaching, but in your
Yep.
self-awareness, your
Mm-hmm.
holistic health. And if you will go through life without this foundation, it will be shaky. But
Mm-hmm.
if you will go through life with this self-awareness and holistic approach to everything,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, your success will actually accelerate, right?
Yeah.
So we do not promise a financial ROI inside
Mm-hmm.
the VIP coaching,
HBP. Yeah.
but you like I never had literally I never had a VIP mentee who went out of the VIP coaching who is more broke,
Yeah, agree. Agree.
right? Because you will get
Yes.
better whether you like it or
Yes.
not.
Mm. You'll
You will
go
get
there.
better. Yeah.
Yes. That's the
That's
end
that's
goal.
the direction. Yeah.
Oh, you've answered a lot of my questions. And I know that if there will be any questions from your audience, I hope they share it with you so that we can also talk about them later on. But yeah,
Yes, yes.
definitely. I think this is one of my favorite episodes. Wow.
Me too. I love it. I love the spontaneity, and I love the newness of the topic. And I
Yeah.
would really love to, I think we should be talking more about the things that people are not talking about in
Yeah.
common, in general, because
Let's do
a
that.
lot of a lot of people are scared to ask questions, and I
Mhm.
love that you are not scared to ask questions.
I just don't want to be reminded that I have to hear my voice later on. But yeah, this is very, very encouraging. And, there are questions that they don't like to ask because they don't want to be judged. But right
Mm-hmm.
now, as your VIP mentee, I keep on saying that self-awareness really helps. And no matter what other people will say to you, you know your anchor, you know your North Star, and you know your boundaries. Of course, you still need to have that positive or constructive feedback. But yeah,
Mm-hmm. Exactly,
so much to
exactly.
say to HBP, VIP mentee. Thank you so much, Coach. I really love talking to you.
You're welcome, and thank you as well. So everyone, as you're listening to this one, this is Rina, by the way, our co-host. So she might actually be a permanent co-host
Oh, I like that.
in the Genius Talk. So I'm so proud of her. She's my VIP mentee. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
listening tonight. And that is all for this episode. And I hope you learned a lot of things about HBP and how it can help you. And if there are questions that popped up in your head while listening to this, you can ask them in the comment section. You can also subscribe to my weekly emails, Lifestyle Tweaks with Chryz, if you want to receive deeper insights about hormone-based personality and how little personalized and simplified lifestyle tweaks can help you optimize your body. It's in the show notes, and I'll see you in the next episode.